Hey YouTube, so I goofed a little on my publishing schedule and realized that the video that I had meant to swap out for today, or today as you're seeing this, I just double posted with another video on the same day. So, oops. So I don't have anything queued up for today, so it's Monday right now, the day before, and I'm quickly grabbing a hashtag that I meant to do for actually a little while. So it's kind of an old hashtag, a couple months old. It's the tarottubersAtoZ hashtag, and I believe it was started by Simon at Hermit's Cave. So I haven't looked at these in advance, and I've watched a couple but kind of half paying attention, so hopefully there won't be any weird surprises, but I'm just going to go through these questions for today's video. You can, of course, do the challenge yourself. I will leave the prompts down in the description below. Alright, so A to Z, we're going to try to do this rapid fire. A, age, I am 35 and into that. I've wanted to be 35 for a long time. I have other videos about that on my channel. B, book, favorite. That's really hard. Obviously, for this particular moment right now, I will say N.K. Jemison's, is it The Inheritance? The first trilogy, whatever that's called, would be my favorite, but there's a lot. C, career you wanted to be when you were a kid, what it actually is now. The youngest career that I know about that I wanted when I was a kid was a school bus driver. The youngest one I can remember wanting was a musical theater actor. My actual career is that I am senior director in tech strategy for a nonprofit, so very different. D, dream. I will tell you about dreaming. I dream every night very vividly, usually nightmares. I have sleep paralysis and super creepy dreams, and I've just gotten used to that. I often can lucid dream, so I know that I'm dreaming. Sometimes I can get out of it, and sometimes I can't. E, essential item. I mean, probably my phone is the boring answer, or a tarot deck. F, favorite RWS deck. If we're talking about decks that strongly adhere to RWS, like a close RWS, then I'm going to say the Modern Witch tarot, which is quite close to RWS, but much better. G, gold or silver. Definitely silver. You can kind of see I have like a pink undertoned white pale skin, so silver tends to go well. Dark hair, light eyes, with my coloring. But if I had to just pick between the two, which I like, probably I would still pick silver. I just like silver. H, height. I am my dad once measured me with a level on top of my head and determined that I am exactly 5'7" and 3/4 inches tall. I used to think it was 5'9", now I say 5'8". I, for ideal day, it would be the perfect temperature is about 65 Fahrenheit for me, cuddled up somewhere cozy with a hot beverage, with my cards, with no responsibilities, and preferably I've been on vacation for about a week, so I've forgotten about my responsibilities, and I can just read, play with tarot, be chill. J, joke, funniest. But I'm not really a joke person. People are always telling me I should do stand-up comedy, but it's more just because I'm extremely dry and sarcastic, and things will pop into my head that way. So I can't think of an actual joke, but a funny thing, if you are aware of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, today I was running my Roomba, whose name is Dummy, after Tony Stark's first robot, and he's a special child. I'm like looking over there like, Dummy, that's a box. You can't vacuum a box. Dummy, stop. 30 minutes later, Dummy has found the bedroom. Spoiler alert, the bedroom has not moved since the last time Dummy vacuumed. So that's a funny anecdote for my life. My pet is a Roomba named Dummy. K, kids. I do not have kids. I am happily child-free. I do not like kids. I only like them when they become adults. L, living arrangements. I live in an apartment. Friday, you should actually be seeing an apartment tour. Very sadly, the video got lost with the empty apartment tour, so you're only going to see the like done apartment, mostly done apartment. But that's my apartment. I live alone. I'm very happy about that. It's been amazing and healing for me. I love my roommates, but like, living alone is my preferred living situation. And I want to say about 10 years that I was living with roommates, different roommates. And this is definitely, I'm glad to be back to it. I live in a suburb south of Seattle, Washington. M, Marseille deck fave. I do not have any Marseille decks, and I don't know how to read Marseille, so I can't really answer that question. And nicknames. I sort of like identify as a robot, so my partners will just call me robot sometimes, but that's not really like a general nickname. Typically, I've had like little pet names or like names that partners call me. So like I had a partner who called me Little Bit for a little while. I had a partner who called me her. Often they're like intentionally gender neutral names, but I don't have a general nickname. I had a coworker who would call me Captain all the time, be like, yes, Captain. But yeah, it's just Avery. O for Oracle. I assume, I don't know if it's favorite Oracle or do you like Oracle. I do enjoy reading Oracle. I this year have wanted to get into it more. I think I have been incorporating it more, but it's still, I have to remember that Oracle decks exist. I sort of go to tarot, but I have a ton. I probably have nearly 50 Oracle decks at this point. If I have to pick a current favorite, it'd be the Empty Cup Oracle. And I tend to enjoy ones like that are single keyword, that don't have a lot of text on the card, that are balanced, not just all positive. That's like kind of my preference in Oracle decks. P for passionate about, a lot of things. I would say I'm really passionate about racial justice and mitigating the effects of colonialism. I don't say decolonizing anymore because I had a Native person very helpfully point out that white folks shouldn't say that they're decolonizing their practices unless you're literally handing back land. So I don't use that term, but I would say like trying to mitigate, reduce harm of colonialism and spread awareness among my white peers about colonialism while also doing my own work. That's the thing I'm generally passionate about is self-work, but especially self-work around internalized racism and colonialism. Q for quote. Ooh, I should have prepped this in advance. So there's one, but I'm going to have to paraphrase because I don't remember the quote, but it's something like ships are safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships are for. That's really not it, but it's something like that. And I like that quote because I am very security and safety oriented person, and sometimes I have to remind myself what my purposes are in life and that some of those purposes require risk taking. R for relationship status. I am very happily solo polyamorous, meaning that I ethically date multiple people at any given time. I'm happy with other people dating, that I dating other people. That's a mouthful. But that the solo part of it is that I am sort of the core of my relationship model. So it's not two people and they expand out, or three people and they expand out, but it's me at the center. Relationships that I have tend to be kind of like wibbly wobbly because like what is a relationship exactly, especially when you're queer, polyamorous, etc. But I would say I have we'll say 5 sort of named relationships. I have a Comet, I have somebody that I'm dating that's long distance, is also probably Comet would be fair. I have somebody who I call my par amour, she's long distance. I have 2 local partners and we're, I guess, in a triad. I don't know what's the definition of a triad anyway, but those are some of my significant relationships, but I have others that are not named, so it's a mush. I like a mush. S for season. Well, right now it is spring, very quickly encroaching on summer. We had some really hot days here. It's the first time I've lived somewhere. Well, second time I've lived somewhere without air conditioning in the summer, so I need to get a fan. My favorite season is autumn. and that's mainly because of the temperature, but also I just have a sort of nostalgia feeling. I love the smell of wood smoke. I just like autumn. T for tarot, first and last. The first tarot deck I got was a Starry Cauldron Tarot. The most recent tarot deck, actually, I think I got a package which I think is Tarot Bot, which I kickstarted, but if that's not what's in there, then the most recent would be the Tarot Fauna, which I really love. U, upset, what upsets you most? Racism, all kinds. V, vlog, which are you most proudest of and which is your most popular? Ooh, I'm gonna have to check stats for this. And I assume when they say vlog, they just mean video on YouTube, not necessarily vlog. So proudest of, I mean, I'm glad that I've made some of the anti-racist ones. I would feel weird like tooting my own horn to say that I'm the proudest of those. But I'm glad that I've made them. Maybe I'm proud of my big ass tarot spreadsheet one because I think it gives a different take on tarot and tarot journaling. So if I put my YouTube on lifetime and then I scroll down to top videos, in terms of views, the top one is actually just a recording I made at a conference, so I'm not going to count that. So in terms of vlog, it would be the 2019 Mini Moons Lunar Planner Review. So there you go. I guess people are interested in that planner. And it was a good planner. 2021's awesome too. W, weakness. One of my biggest weaknesses is focus. I'm pretty sure I have ADHD. I'm not diagnosed, but I have real trouble focusing and also just staying motivated. X-rated. Tell us something naughty you've done. Why don't I get super personal? And also, definitions of naughtiness are annoy me, but I don't know. I've been intimate with multiple people at once. Is that naughty? I don't know what the mainstream considers naughty. I'm just annoyed at that question. I'm not ashamed to share. It's just I think it's subjective. Why Yesteryear? What is your favorite year so far and why? 2003 was a really good year for me. That might be the best. It was graduated high school. I just achieved a lot. I felt really proud of myself. I felt like I made a lot of breakthroughs and growth. But I would say it's probably the year I'm proudest of. One of the better years was 2014 because I started a pretty significant relationship in my life and also the job that I'm still at. And finally, Z, Zen. What do you do to relax and stay calm? Sorry, I have anxiety, so I'm laughing at that question. But grounding, literally lying down on my back on the ground is probably the best way for me if I just really need a moment. Deep breaths. A cup of tea can kind of like help just take me out of a situation to make a cup of tea. So that's a good way to chill out, and also just music in general. Okay, that's A to Z. I hope you learned something. I hope it was interesting. I'm sorry about the variable lighting. It's the sun is, I don't know, being the sun out there. So not gonna apologize for the sun. But if you want to learn more about me, you should subscribe because I do videos, tarot and otherwise, twice a week. And leave a comment if you have any questions about anything I've said here.